Hey there, this is Ryan with Ryan Lake Real Estate. So today I'm going to be talking about fourplexes. And I'm going to try to keep this short, try to stay tuned. I'm going to tell you some goodies here. So this is two parts. This is part two, rather, of a three-part series. Part one, I talked a little bit about suited single-family homes for newbie investors or anyone who wants to get their feet wet and a more liquid real estate class. And I'm not going to belabor the point. And the next one is going to be something of probably of great benefit to the majority of you watching, myself included. I invest in these as well. This is private lending, which gives you access to some really good returns. Personally, I'm getting 18. I've been doing that very consistently for 3 years with a relatively low risk. I know that sounds hyped up, but I'm going to prove to you and actually show you my numbers on my Olympia Trust self-directed account for my RRSPs. Oh yeah, and they're all registered accounts available as well, which is pretty cool. So it's all tax-free. Awesome. So this one is going to be about fourplexes. I just love fourplexes because I think it's just like the rock in the portfolio. I've been doing this for about 10 years and I got 4 properties. I'm just playing the whole Monopoly game here. 4 greener houses, 1 red hotel. In this case, I'm not going to get my red hotel, but I'm going to get something kind of as significant as that. And it's represented in my head as a fourplex in the Edmonton market, which I'll be getting next year if all of my chess pieces line up correctly. Or if you want to invest one with me, we can partner up and do a deal. They come across my desk quite frequently, and which I pre-analyze. And if you want to get access to them before anyone, then just give me an email at ryan@ryanlakerealestate.ca and just say you want to be included on the investors list, and I will send you the pre-analyzed deals so you can get ahead of the ball and kind of see like what is currently available in the market. These are real properties in a real market, and yeah, they're available all around us. So we just gotta have that deal flow. So anyways, that aside, I'm going to talk to you about fourplexes, why I think they should be almost an essential rock in your portfolio. So I've been analyzing numbers for quite some time, and since I've been in Edmonton, and the fourplex has always been in my investment future. And this is just because well, I'm not going to get into that. No one cares about the benefits. I'm going to tell you why you should even care about fourplexes in the first place, and how I really started to appreciate fourplexes is because I knew the numbers around them, and I knew that these bad boys cash flowed for like on average $1,000 a month, which is a pretty sizable chunk of change. Not only that, but if you have like a typical 25-year amortization, these things are absolutely paid off in 25 years. Because that's the whole point of getting a mortgage, is so you can pay it off in 25 years. And I know real estate generally doubles in 25 years. So now a property that you buy, and let's say a fourplex average is $750,000 in Edmonton, 25 years later, that thing is completely paid off, and now it's worth $1.5 million. And at that time when you bought it, it cash flowed $1,000. And at this time, there's no mortgage. You just have like 30% of the gross rents that go towards expenses. And that number was more than most people's pensions in EMS. And how I came to that conclusion was because I was, for those of you who don't know, an advanced care paramedic in Alberta. And so when I was doing my practicum in Edmonton, my lovely preceptor Leah, she had 23 years in the game, and what inevitably happens when you start a career, you start to think about retirement. You start to think about that progression state and how you're going to do it, what's the best strategy, and if you haven't done so early on in life to give that head start, you are forced at hand and to play into some situations where maybe you don't have a choice in the matter. So it's better to act at the do the heavy lifting up front to get yourself prepared for the end in mind. And it's something that a lot of people don't think about until it's too late. So she's scrambling, trying to figure out the best way that she can set herself up for success in the future. And so I followed her around like a little duckling, as students typically do. And she was going to this person that she knew was going to retire. She went to this person, that person. This person was going to take a lump sum of his contributions. The other person was going to take a pension because they like the security, blah, blah, blah. And she kind of came to the conclusion that's better to keep a lump sum. And she came up with that because people just aren't satisfied with the monthly amount that they're getting, and which coincided with my research that Canadians typically are kind of nervous going into retirement because they're afraid of not being able to pay the bills. They don't want to downsize. Their lifestyle is going to change. Like my father's pinching pennies a little bit more. So all these things came into play. And the highest pension that I came across from talking to these people was about like $4,000 per month before taxes after putting in like 30 years of their life. And this is what they get, which, I mean, to some people, that's average. I would say that's maybe slightly below average, at least in my world, in my sphere. You know, when I'm talking like police and firefighters where they have better pensions, and even nurses, they'll probably have a better one than EMS. We kind of get like, you know, the bottom of the barrel as far as those benefits are concerned. But in any case, no matter where you are in life, and I don't think you should rely on your work pension to retire. And this is exactly the point. So, okay, let's go back to this pension amount of $4,000. So you have $4,000 coming in every month before tax. So that's about $2,700 per month coming in every month, which I know for myself, I live pretty lean, and that's definitely not enough. So it's no wonder why people are looking to get a lump sum and investing on their own in different unique strategies. So it just, so that's it. That's all you get. It's $2,700 a month. That was the max that I've ever heard of. So some people are maybe even getting less than that, $2,000, which is so frustrating to me because I know that there's better options for you out there. And I know that because I've analyzed real deals. So that back to that average fourplex that I've talked about before. So at the end of it, okay, so you put in the same 25 years, probably even more. Like my dad put in 35 years before he could retire. But let's just, for argument's sake, compare apples to apples and say you're going to put in 25 years at a job that's demanding, that's hard, that's stressful, and it kind of, you know, it can ruin relationships and give you PTSD and all that stuff. And then all you get at the end of that is $2,700. Okay, that's option A. Cool. Let's compare that to a one good decision. One good decision is all you need in real estate. You don't wait to buy real estate, you buy real estate and wait. And that is the name of the game. You just got to stay in the game. You got to play once, stay in the game, and that's it. And so what will happen is eventually after 25 years, that bad boy will be paid off completely, and you will have that pension in the form of cash flow, in the form of rental income. And it's diversified in 4 different units. Okay, so even if one goes away, you're still going to have opportunity to get rental income because it's all paid off and it's all profit. And the coolest part, you still have that whole $1.5 million of equity that you can either take out, you can leverage, use as a cash lump sum like the other guy was going to do, and maintain a good degree of cash flow, and you can buy more property. So you get richer over time instead of having to rely on like one lump sum nest egg and then dilute that over time, and hopefully it lasts you until your dying days. So I just think that's a no-brainer as far as a strategy is concerned, and that's particularly why I like fourplexes. Now, just to like summarize a few other basic points. In my past career, I've noticed that single-family homes, the older ones, take like 10 to 15% of gross rents for maintenance costs. So at least with a fourplex, instead of 4 doors for 4 different revenue streams, you have 1 roof and 4 walls to worry about, rather than 16 walls to worry about and 4 different roofs. So you're taking advantage of the economies of scale in that regard, and also easier to manage. You have 1 address to go to instead of 4 scattered throughout the city, so time is much more efficient. And so if you have 1 bad tenant that trashes the place, you know what, that's cool. You just kick that person out. As you're renovating that unit, you still don't have a vacancy. You still have people paying you every month based on those other units. So it's just super resilient into economic turmoils and stuff like that. And like the worst that's going to happen is you will have to drop the rents if there's a recession, and because you own it flat outright, you can undercut everyone else and maintain some good, well-paying tenants. And so I just think it's a no-brainer. And just tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you think there's better ways? And if you do, let me know. But once again, I'm just going to wrap this up by saying that if you're interested in getting a property, or actually just screw all that. If you want to look at a real pro forma that I did, go to my website, ryanlakerealestate.ca and /one decision. And I already did a blog post where I did give a pre-analyzed pro forma from an actual fourplex that you can view. And it goes through how you can actually secure a retirement in 15 years if you play your cards right, just repeating the same steps over time and waiting 5 years after you buy the fourplex, refinancing, buying another one, and doing the same thing in the next 5 years, paying off the old one, blah, 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 blah. It's all in there for you. Yeah, that's all I have today. So next time, watch out for the private lending video, another super amazing strategy. I'm going to be quite vulnerable and showing you my actual Olympia Trust account, because I know some people won't believe it that I get 18%, but I'm going to show you all that cool stuff next time. Thanks for tuning in. I know this has been a long time. I'm trying to keep this succinct, but I'm a blabbermouth. I guess I had a lot more to say on the topic than I thought I did. So thanks for watching this so far, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.